The sweetest, most unsuspecting old lady tried to kill her husband while he was in the psych ward. Here's how she almost got away with it, but y'all let me know at the end if you think that her situation was handled properly, and if not, how would you have handled this? A little background on the husband. He comes from a rich family. Everybody's older, and his siblings kind of cast him off in a way because he was drinking his money away and wasn't being responsible. So they're like, nah, you can't really come around us. His wife at the time had even left him. So, he wasn't in a good state, and he had a lot of money, so he was good. But whenever he met anybody that was nice to him, apparently he would just, show the wealth, and people get googly eyed and they would use him a lot. Well, in comes his current wife who's with him because she took care of him and felt sorry for him and was cooking him meals and all this stuff. And she kind of got to live the life that she wanted. But, because I said he was a drinker, while she would be living with him, he would sometimes get irate. And there were times where he made visits to the psych ward because he would go through his psychosis, need to be detoxed, etc. After so many visits, the patient was diagnosed with a disorder. And, when you put on pills, you can't be drinking alcohol. It's a very dangerous thing to do. But it's a good thing that psych wards don't have alcohol, right? So every visiting day, his wife would come and faithfully visit. And the staff noticed that after each time she visited, the patient would go straight to bed, and that's not necessarily uncommon because, it could be socially draining and maybe you were waiting up to see that person, right? But they noticed he would be visibly lethargic, shortly after visiting. One day while she was visiting, a staff member noticed her very affectionately rubbing his hand under the table. Nothing out of the ordinary. They old lovebirds, whatever. But they noticed that she is passing him something into his hand. And upon further investigation, it was one of those small bottles of the 99 proof alcohols. Well, that's a no-no for show. The staff member continued to monitor, and then he sees the husband push across some laundry that he had from yesterday to her to take home. So when it was time to leave the unit, staff had asked, hey, we need to go through that bag very quickly before you leave, the laundry bag. And the old woman's like, well, why would you need to do that? It's just his old laundry. Just being very defensive and protective over it. Bingo. They open the bag, and what do they see? 15, 16 of those little 99 proof alcohol bottles. Also various checks and bank statements. I guess she would call up and he would be writing checks on the unit, and he would say, this is for my wife to pay my bills outside of here, and she'll come and get it during visiting hours. When confronted by the staff member, the lady acted completely oblivious, even though they knew what was going on. So they said she has to go on her investigation, and she was banned from visiting. So she was bringing in the bottles and trying to get that life insurance check, in my opinion. No, there was no investigation. So what would you have done?